John, who's going to join us next?
It's going to be Rachel Graciano. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. It's the deep freeze only from Amana.
The first bidder is Rachel.
$453.
$453. Carol?
$300.
$300 even. Now, Grace.
500.
500 even. Nadine?
600.
600 even. The actual retail price of the prize is $380, and Carol is our winner. Yes, thank you, Carol. Now that you have won one prize, would you like to win another?
I sure would.
Let's see another one for her, please.
Anoop.
Now, you may win that player piano, but in the Cliffhangers game, you can win 3 more prizes. What are they, John?
Well, first, from Kinney, a great selection of great American shoe styles. Kinney's got the look you want, America. That's why Kinney is the great American shoe store. Second, a True Test waffle baker and grill. Snap-in Teflon grids easily convert this waffle baker to a grill exclusively from True Value hardware stores. And Town and Country tableware set by Washington Forge. Polished stainless steel blades with natural grain Fleetwood handles from Washington Forge.
Carol, my question for you is, how much are those shoes, and only the shoes?
$35.
$35, is that right? It is not. That mountain climber will move one step for every dollar that you missed the price of the shoes. 6, 9, 10. Oh, my. $13. How much are those shoes? Shoes are $19. Now, he is up.
Ooh, Carol was not doing well in the Price is Right game. She was definitely going way over her amounts, and it was not playing out to her benefit. We will check in on her at the end of this lesson to see how she does and if she wins her prize. Make sure you remember that when we're doing division, we have equal amounts in each group. And anything left over is our remainder. Remainder left over remains. Remainder. Okay? So we do have to take into account remainders. We can't just shove them into one group. We can't have one group that is bigger than the others because division has equal amounts in each group. So let's take a look at this problem that we have. 66 divided by 8. When we are dividing, we need to make sure that we have equal amount in each group. We are taking 66 of whatever it is we have, and we are dividing it into 8 groups. Or if we are giving 8 of something, how many can we give, how many groups will we have? Okay, so there are a couple of different ways we can do this. One way is with these manipulatives. I have all of my squares here. I have 66 I've already counted, so I can sort them into groups of 8 and see what that brings me. So 4, 8, and that gives me, I have these groups of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I have 2 left over. Well, I cannot put them in any groups because then I'll have, they won't have any equal groups. So these end up being my remainders. So 66 divided by 8 would then equal 8 with a remainder of 2. So I have 2 left over. Another way to help me visualize this better would be to use this in an array. Okay, there are cubes here. So an array, as we established, has equal amount in each row, as well as equal amount in each column. If I were to add these two that are left over, then I would no longer have equal amount in each row or column, and it would no longer be an array. So this would no longer be 8 times 8. It would be something different. So the remainders must remain. If you would notice, 8 times 8, which is what this array is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 8 equals 64. Okay, but if I add my two remainder, then I get 66, which is what I'm looking for. So 66 divided by 8 equals 8 with a remainder of 2. And my 8 looks a little weird because I'm trying not to mess up my lovely array. Another way to help us figure out what 66 divided by 8 is to again use the multiplication charts in our journals or binders. And this is where the Price is Right game playing comes in. The goal of playing the Price is Right is to get as close to the price as possible without actually going over. At the beginning, when Carol gets on stage, she has won the right to get on stage by being as close to the price without being over. Everybody else was over the price of the deep freeze except her. She was as close as possible without going over. In the case of using the multiplication chart to figure out 66 divided by 8, we're going to use the same technique, but because we're going to have a remainder over, as we've already figured out using our manipulatives, we're going to use the same thing here. So we're dividing by 8, so we find 8 on the chart, and we're going to keep on going until we can't go anymore without going over. So 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72. Oh, wait, we have gone over, we have lost our game. This cannot be our answer. We have to go back. 64 is as high as we can get without going over. So 66 divided by 8 is 8. And since we know that we can't land on 66 exactly, then we are going to have to go with 8 and note our remainder, how close we are, but not quite. So we know that 8 times 8 is 64. And we can subtract these two to figure out our remainder. And that gives us, again, a remainder of 2. So let's try a different example. 11 divided by 4. So we can use our math journal and do the same thing. We're dividing by 4, so we need to get as close to 11 as possible without going over. 4, 8, well, 12 is too high, so we have to go back to 8. Well, we're up to 2. So far, we can put 2. Now, we know that 4 times 2 is 8, but we need to figure out what our remainder is. 11 minus 8. Okay, we can do all, 11 minus 8 is 3. So our remainder here is 3. A couple of more examples to see. 6. How many times does 6 go into 33? We are dividing 33 by 6. Okay? 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. 36 is too high. We know it's 30. 5 times. 5 goes above here. 5 times 6 equals 30. And we know we end up with 3 remainder. So that's 5 remainder 3. We can also count out. So how many times does 3 go into 22? Well, we can figure out what our math facts are. We can count by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Well, 3 times what equals 21? Well, that's 7. That's 21. How many do we have left over? That's 1. So it's 7 with a remainder of 1. We have 1 left over. Okay? This procedure I am doing is not expected when you have something as small as this. I'm just showing you an easy way to find the remainder. You can, excuse me, you can do this if you would just show me in this manner. You can show me 22 divided by 3 equals 7 with a remainder of 1. This is what I'm expecting to see when it is such a small division problem. This is short division. This is not long division. When you have more than one step like this, then it becomes long division. Now, how many times does 5 go into 39? Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Next one would be 40. That's too much. So 5 times 7 also equals 35. And that's 35. How much of a remainder do we have left over? Okay, well, we have to go 4 more to get to 39. So you can either use some manipulatives, whether they're beans, these cubes in the classroom, or some pennies at home, buttons even, if you guys have buttons at home, or something like this. Getting used to seeing this sort of division problem is a good practice. We're going to practice some of these when we get back to school so you guys can see what these look like. And that is division lesson.
But now he can move 14, no he can't. He can move 9 more steps without going over the cliff. If he goes over the cliff, you lose, so don't let that happen. How much is that waffler?
$37.
$37. Is that right for the waffler? No. Now watch him. He is up to $20. 21, 22, 23. Stop. Oh, he stopped on 24. How much is the waffler? $29. Do you know that you could make this so exciting for us if you could get that tableware exactly right or miss it by only $1 and still win? It would be a highlight of the show. Now, how much is the tableware?
$61.
$61, is that right? No, now watch him. Over he goes. How much is the tableware? Wait, how much? It's 62, he did win. Just a moment. Come on. Just a moment. I want you to meet the young man in charge of this. This is Roger Dobkowitz. Now, what's going on back there today?
The machine's getting old.
The machine?
Yes.
But the operator was perfectly all right.
That's right. We were fine.
You were fine?
Yes.
You did everything right?
Yes.
But it was the machine?
Yes.
Therefore, Roger, you are in no way responsible, and I thank you for doing such a fine job. Yes. And I thank you for making it so exciting. Yes. Bye-bye. We'll have our showcase showdown after we have this message.
3.